Welcome back, everybody, to the Between the Lines podcast. My name is Chan,
And my name is Lori.
and today we have a real topic that you're thinking and feeling, but not saying, talking about, and we are so fired up.
Super fired up. Like, this is exactly right up our alley. What everyone's thinking and no one is saying.
Yeah, and it's been coming up a lot over
This
the
is why. Yeah.
past year even or 2 years on social media, but now it's like even in our personal conversations, we're starting to talk about this.
This is alive in our system right now. That's why we chose to talk about it.
Yes,
Everyone's
and
talking about this right now. So it's real. Let's
everybody,
go.
can you guess? Can you guess? No, maybe. But
Three, two, one.
okay, we're going to be talking about masculine and feminine energy in relationships. Are you
Wow.
ready?
Let's go.
So, where do we start, Lori?
Oh man, where do we start?
we
Okay.
can yeah, we can first of all, let's say someone's listening and they're like, "Okay, what is masculine and feminine energy? What do you mean like?"
Yes.
You
Okay.
know?
Yes. Okay, so what do we mean by masculine energy and what do we mean by feminine energy?
Mhm.
Usually the masculine energy is the energy that is more the leader, the grounded, the alpha, like the definition of the masculine men that you see and you dream of and you
Yeah.
don't like think, the grounded, the decisive.
Decisive,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
The protector, the
Yes.
provider, the
Yeah.
stable, like the stability, the security. Yeah.
This is what we mean when we're talking
Yeah.
about the masculine man,
Yeah.
masculine energy.
And
Yeah.
note that even though we're talking about masculine energy, a lot of women can also be in this, like, showing masculine energetic traits. So it doesn't matter what your biology is. You can still have, like, you can still be more dominant in one energy than the other. And
Yeah,
then,
like for example, like a woman that is more masculine would be more in trying to control the outcome, being more like in her head instead of her body.
yes, and then that feminine energy, like you just said, lives in the body.
Exactly.
It is about like receiving, right? Even you look at our like physical anatomy, women have a body part, right? Why am I being I'm like dancing around the subject. A mysterious body part. No. Yeah, so we have the genitalia of
Yes.
receiving and
Yes.
men have of giving, right? So it's innate in our physical body, and then it's also present in energetic form.
Yeah.
And so if you're thinking about feminine energy, it's like receiving, being in your emotions, being highly intuitive, um, being the nurturer, being caring, being loving. And you know what's interesting though, now that I'm talking about this, there is masculine and feminine, but on each side of the coin, there's also two other sides. There's the light feminine energy, the dark feminine energy, right? Like,
Absolutely.
I feel like a lot of women know and are comfortable with light feminine energy, like being nurturing, caring, motherly, listening, you know, like
So
creative
true.
and artistic and beautiful. Then you have that dark feminine energy that a lot of women are not so comfortable with that anger, the rage, the like, I don't put up with bullshit. Oh my god, I just choked on my own saliva. I don't put up with bullshit. I have high standards. Don't mess with me.
Like the queen that we kind of
The
embody
queen
usually.
energy,
Yes.
the one that's like, don't walk all over me. And then you have that princess energy, which is more the light energy, like, oh yeah, la di da di da.
And this is a very important distinction. Like this is
Mhm.
really important.
Yes, because a lot of women neglect one or the other. But
Absolutely.
if you haven't caught on yet with everything we talk about in this podcast, being whole is the goal, right? It's not like I want to be only this and only that. It's like, no, you're all of it.
So true. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I think that's the ultimate goal. That's what we're walking towards, right? So
Yes.
that's why today we're exploring this topic because we
Let's
feel
go.
like a lot of us were struggling either with being too much in our masculine or too much in our feminine, or when you're in your feminine, you're in the lights of feminine, but you're not really embodying your best as bitch that you are, you know. So it
Mhm.
working going in this, like, we're working with all of these polarities and seeing how
Mhm.
they can come together in a relationship.
Yes.
Okay, and
Yes.
what happens when you're trying to attract the right man, but you are not embodying the energy that you need to be embodied to attract the right masculine man that you're looking for, right? So we're gonna go and
Yeah.
explore all of these topics today.
I
Okay.
think that what you just said is really what women are, they want to know this. Like, okay, how do I attract the masculine provider and protector that I want?
Yeah.
I think that's like the main question going on, because I think a lot of women are feeling very burnt out.
Exactly.
They're spreading themselves super thin, trying to take care of the kids, take care of the house, working a full-time job, paying the bills, and they're doing all kinds of things. And even if you're not in a relationship, you don't have a family yet, like just going on dates, like it just feels like women are tired and they
We
just want
really
to
are.
be led. Like, you just want to
Absolutely.
receive and just someone take care of it for you.
Like, when we are women, that we are so hyper independent and so hyper controlling everything, we cannot, like, like, so let me put this way: you can't be in two energies at the same time. You're either leading or letting yourself be led.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. That is so important what you just said. You cannot be in two energies at the same time. So what do you say to someone who's, let's say, a single woman who is so devoted to her career or her business, and you will have to be in your masculine energy if you're like someone that wants to go far in your career or in your business, like you have to, right? You need that leadership energy. You need to be able to be like, to have a direction, to follow through, to have those masculine traits of going after, right? Like working towards something. And then, but you also at the same time want a relationship with a masculine man.
Yeah,
And I feel like a lot of women, they're like in that masculine energy and then they're like, "Oh, I want to find a partner." They're going on dates or whatever, but they're clashing, right?
absolutely.
Because
And
the
let's get, yeah,
energies are clashing.
yeah, absolutely. And let's get real here, Chan. Let's get real here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna give my example. Okay, for a very long time I was someone who was very in my masculine energy. Even till today I feel like I'm still in the in between, right? Like, I'm slowly approaching, but I still feel like for a very, very long time, like, I was in my masculine energy constantly trying to control the outcome, trying to being the one that takes the decisions, trying to be hands on, trying to lead, basically, right? And then what happened was I would attract men that were very passive, very, like, as if they were in their feminine energy only, you know, like men that were not able to take decisions, that would not be they were not able to provide or protect, or were like super passive, you know, like very, like, as if I'm their mom, you know. And then you're like, why do I keep attracting men like this? But then when you sit down and you think about it, you're like, okay, society, ooh, my microphone just dropped. uh, like, if you think about it, in society, this is what we're preaching right now. We're preaching that men and women need to be equal, but equal in all form, not just like in career and making equal money. Yes, that I agree with 100%, that we need to have equal rights. Okay, but the danger here in society, what is happening right now, is we're also matching the masculine energy of the man. That's why we keep being burnt out and trying and trying and trying and pushing and pushing and pushing, because we're going against our nature. We are not meant to live and lead life as a man. They are born for that already. It's their nature. So what is happening right now is women are trying to play the role of the feminine and the masculine, And then the men are panicking their lives out because they're like, but what do I do now in a relationship if the woman is doing both of it?
Yes, dude.
So the man is like, okay, so if I can't protect and provide, I can't provide safety, I can't be the one that is playing the masculine role in the relationship, and I am unable to provide enough as a feminine energy in the relationship, they close off. They become the image of the passive man that we all also despise, because we're not giving them the space to show us the man they can be.
Yeah.
Because we're like, no, but I can do everything alone. I don't need you, you know? And then,
Mhm.
like, imagine how threatening that is to a man. You know, like you're a woman, hyper independent woman, a lot in your masculine, a lot in your controlling energy. You step into a relationship, and then you're like, but I don't need you. I can do
Yeah,
this
what the
alone.
hell?
I don't need you. I can do this alone. I don't need you to tell me what to do. I don't need to submit to you. Like, do you understand where like this balance is getting created?
Mhm.
So then, if we go on the women's side, the feminine side, we're like, okay, but men aren't stepping up. That's
Yeah,
why
like
we need to be hyper independent. We need to be we don't need no man in our lives, you know?
yeah, and then they're complaining like to their friends or other women like, "Oh my god, he doesn't do anything. He doesn't plan any dates. He doesn't take me out. He doesn't pay for the bills. He doesn't do this around the house." Like, yeah, cuz you are taking up too much effing space. And I mean like you're taking you first of all, when you're acting like that, and I know because I was also in that energy, right?
Yes.
It is a trauma response. It's not, "Oh, I'm amazing and I'm great." Yeah, you are amazing and you're great. But your childhood trauma of most likely having an emotionally unavailable dad that was passive with a really controlling mom who was like basically a tyrant, maybe, I don't know. Um you not feeling safe to have emotions. You maybe had to take on parental roles sometimes with your parents, like helping, like being the therapist, being the mediator, being the peacekeeper with your parents, or like you had to take care of literal adult things like I don't know, taking care of your younger siblings,
Exactly.
cleaning, your maybe your parents had addiction problems, so you're like overdoing everything. So then this energy is still present in your body when you're older
Or
and you're
just being
still
responsible of their
operating.
emotions, you know, just being responsible of their
Yeah,
emotions
being
in life.
responsible
Yeah.
for their emotions, their trauma, their mental illness, whatever that might be, and you haven't healed that yet. So you're bringing that into your current life, in your current relationships, and you have to realize that you taking care of everything, like as a woman, trying to do everything, being the man and being the woman in the relationship, that is a trauma response.
It's
You don't feel
survival.
safe. And here's the thing, because I think a lot of women put a lot of pressure on themselves. Like, I have to be this, okay, I have to heal everything and then I'll find the partner. No, it's a two-way street. You need also a partner that is also looking at themselves, is also trying to better themselves. Because the truth is that as a woman, you can lean back, you can heal, you can be in your feminine energy. But at the end of the day, if the masculine man is not ready or has the capacity energetically to lead, that relationship will fail because at the end of the day, like we've been saying, the masculine is the natural leader. And that I think is very hard for a lot of women to accept when they're in their hyper masculine energy. Because they're like, what do you mean I can't lead? It's not that you can't lead. There's so many avenues for you to lead. You're leading the home, you're leading your family. You might have a business or an organization, a project you work on that you're a leader of. Yes. But your man has to lead when it comes to providing, protecting your heart, protecting your physical health, everything. Because only when you're in the presence of a real, healthy, divine masculine, that's the only time you will actually finally feel safe enough to fully surrender in your feminine energy.
Exactly that.
Like, you can't do it on your own.
No.
I think some women like to think that, like, oh, I can just be in my divine masculine and that's it. Yeah, that's great. But you won't ever experience the extent to which you can lean back and surrender and receive unless the man is going with you and providing, giving. Like, the extent to which the man gives and provides is the extent to which the woman can lean back.
Yes. The more, but really, like, surrender in every sense of the word surrender. Like, surrender as in, like, you are dropping your shoulders, you're no longer in your head, you're in your body, and you're finally able to feel whatever you need to feel in your emotions because he is holding you. He's holding that space for you. This is what we
Yes.
mean. We mean
Mm-hmm.
this in the, like, really in the most core of its values and definition of the word, you know? So really, in what we're trying to say is you being so independent is blocking your intimacy.
Yes, absolutely. Because, you know, what is gonna, so there are some things that women can do. Let's say they're dating or they are in a relationship to help their man, step up, you know?
Yeah.
Nagging is never gonna fucking work. First of all, nagging, belittling, controlling, mothering. No, that's going to do the opposite. So you need to let go of that, which is again your trauma response, right? Watching your mom tell your dad what to do and saying you never do anything. No, no, no. That's you're just mirroring what you observed as a kid. But a couple things that are important for you to practice as a woman, which you probably have never done until you met a man that you're actually like, okay, I think this is a real compatible, competent partner, is like admiring and respecting your man because men thrive off of admiration and respect. And that's really hard for women who come from a background where, like me, I'll just take my example. Like, coming from a house where my father was passive, like you said, like, I never felt safe because I was like, you're literally existing in this house and you ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
And my mom's doing all these things.
There's no protecting, there's no
There's
providing, you
no
know? Yeah.
protecting, actually, even like the opposite of protecting. Like,
Exactly.
basically, I felt really not safe emotionally, physically. Uh,
Right.
and so it's really hard when you have like like a man who, a father, sorry, that is in their wounded feminine energy when you were a kid, because then you're like, oh no, like I can't like okay, this is something I think all women, I never respected men
Yeah.
because I did not have a father figure that I could actually genuinely respect. So how did this play out in my relationships? I was like this, basically, like, F you to all men.
Yeah.
Like, don't come near me, don't F with me, don't this, don't that. I was this like strong, shielded woman. Like, I would scare men.
Yeah.
And
And a lot of us are in this energy, Chan.
yeah, yeah, that's it. And so I was coming from a place of like, I don't respect men. No man has ever given me the opportunity to respect them because no man has ever shown me that you have your shit together, you can take care of me, you can make my life better. And I think that's the thing with women, right? Because of your childhood too, you have never actually encountered a man that can make your life better and easier.
That's what it is. It's the healthy masculine model that is
Mhm.
lacking.
Exactly, that's exactly the problem. And so, like, the place to start is really like valuing yourself as a woman, having higher standards. Like, okay, if you're gonna be like in your masculine energy going on dates and like you're overly like doing everything, like you're leading the conversation, you are asking lots of questions, you're offering to pay for the bill, don't expect a man to like naturally you're doing this, so he's gonna do this. Unless he's a
Exactly.
real in his real divine masculine, then he'll push back. And
Yeah.
you might not like that if you're in your masculine energy.
Yeah. I've heard friends that would say like, but why is he offering? He think that I can't do it. That like why does he think I need that? Or why does he think that I'm unable to do that? I'm gonna show him that I can do that.
Literally, that was me.
Right?
Like,
Right?
no, I can pay for myself. I have a
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
That's
You
not
know?
the fucking point,
That's
yo.
not the point, guys. That's
Because at the
not
end of
the
the day, you're not going to be happy long term in a relationship where it's 50-50, which I know a lot of people don't like hearing that, or where you're providing and doing everything else. You won't be happy. And if you think you are happy, well, you'll just have health issues because women are not designed to handle that level of stress.
yeah. It's
Men's
going
biology
against your
can.
nature. Exactly. Exactly that. But I think that like this is where it leads us that I think we're at a point that is triggering for us to see men that are taking charge, that are protecting, that are safe, that are like, what do you mean I can let my guard down? Because we're at a place that like it's hard to trust. It's hard as women in society. It's hard to trust and bring our guard down because or we've been disappointed numerous times or we haven't had healthy masculine examples in our lives, so it's hard for us to be like, but why would you be different? Why would you be able to prove me wrong? you know so we don't even take the chance.
That's the thing. Like we have to give every single, let's say you're actually willing to go on a date with someone or date someone long term, you got to give them a fucking chance.
And this is what
Because
like, but really give them a
they
chance.
really give them
Not
a
like
chance.
I gave him a chance, we went on a date and he proved me right.
Yeah.
you know like we're not talking about that kind of chance. A chance like you're gonna like open your heart. You might take the chance to get hurt, bring your walls down and actually be like, okay, I'm giving you a fair chance. Show me the man you can be.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
honestly, a lot of men are waiting for that opportunity,
Yeah.
because I've spoken to men about this subject, and a lot of them would tell me, but you don't even give me the chance. Like I have friends that tell me, like, like we would have like these debates in the car on a road trip, and like they would tell us, they were like, but you don't give it, you don't even like, you set us up for failure even before starting.
Yeah, and that's again the trauma playing out.
And which is true. Honestly, if we're very honest with
Yeah, it
ourselves,
is true.
ladies, we do not actually give them the chance. We already predict how they're going to react and their every action even before going on the set date or going and talking with the man.
Mhm.
So I'm not
Yeah.
saying that all men are capable of this. Of course, remember, you attract, it's a mirror, right? Life is a mirror. You attract the lesson that you need right now. So if you're constantly getting triggered and being presented with men that are very passive, that are not able to show you what the person that you can be, maybe that means you need to look at yourself, right? See where you are blocking these things.
Actually, I think that's the answer regardless. You have
Exactly.
to look at yourself in the mirror because yes, it's easy to be like, "Oh, but these men are passive or like they're not masculine enough. They don't want to provide." Okay, but your energy is unavailable to providership. You don't
Exactly.
even know how to receive because it feels so freaking scary and uncomfortable in your body. So practice. You
Yes.
have to practice receiving. And that is genuinely what I did when I was in my dating thing. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just going to I'll put myself out there. I'll be visible, but I'm going to be over here. And you're going to fucking come to me. And it's uncomfortable, but that's what brought me to finding my partner. We've been together for 6 years now. And when I met him for the first time, I was just like, I don't have no fucking plans. I ain't, no, because we do that, eh? We're like, oh, this guy. It's like the first guy we see, it's like, oh, he's the one. No, like
Exactly. Oh
let
my
him
god.
fucking show you what he has in store for you. You're too quick to like, oh, oh my God, he bought me a drink. Oh my God, it's him. No,
And then you
no.
imagine your picket fences and the
Yeah.
house and and the wedding and the babies.
Yeah, like fucking chillax, bro. Like
Yeah.
chill
And
and
let's
let
acknowledge
him.
the fact that our brains go there, you know? But
Yes, they do.
but like if we take a moment, why do we think our brains go there? Because we crave so much the receiving, being taken care of, being in our softness, you know? This is the base need, you know? So
Mhm.
when we say we're scared of being like to submit to the man, but that is exactly what you want. Like, let's get real, guys. Okay?
Seriously. Okay. Okay, yes, because we are that exact example, me and Lori, right? Like
Yeah.
we dated guys that we were the providers. We were paying for the dates because they're fucking loser and they can't fucking figure this shit out.
Planning
We're
everything,
we're
taking the
planning
lead.
everything. We're doing all the things, right? And then wait, where was I going with this? Again, I lost my fucking
I
train of
think I said
thought.
the submissive thing, and I think that the
Oh
putting
yeah.
something in you, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Thank you. So, and then when you meet the right guy and you actually give him a chance to show his true colors over a period of time, not just after the first date, second date, third date, okay, you know, then you start to experience receiving. Oh, I didn't have to think about planning the date. Oh my God, he got me flowers. Oh my God, he paid for the date even though I offered to pay. He's like, no, 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 no. You're not fucking paying, you know? Like, and you're like, oh my God. Oh
Or
my God, someone
he
who wants to
did
pay for
something,
me.
yeah, exactly, and really sitting with that discomfort because we're
Mm-hmm.
so not used to being to feeling that way to just receive that there's like you start to like blah 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 say something or feel discomfort in your body and you try to like cover it up with something
You're like,
else,
oh
you
no,
know?
you didn't need to do that. It's okay. I
Exactly, or
got it.
like
I got it next time.
exactly, or apologize. Exactly. You know? Like just when you feel this way, just let it come up in your system and don't try to cover it up. Just sit with that feeling because that's the feeling, the core feeling that you're trying to constantly run away from because that feeling is associated with not being enough in this society. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, I didn't do enough," or "I didn't show up as like, you know?" So
Or like, I'm not worthy of receiving someone paying for me
exactly.
or taking care of me.
Exactly. You are worthy that someone would take care of you. Why wouldn't you? You're a freaking queen, girl. You know, like
Yeah.
accept the fact that someone will like you know, I find it so beautiful when they say like, you know, when some men go like, "But I'm gonna treat you like a queen." But like really in the definition of I'm gonna treat you like a queen. Why? Because they see the value of you. They see the worth of you. I'm not talking about the like, oh girl, don't you worry, you're gonna be my princess. I'm not talking about that, you know? But like really when they see you as a queen, they see you as someone that is so valuable in their life that they're gonna give everything they can to protect you and make you feel safe and worthy in life. So you don't even doubt it for a second.
Mm-hmm. Because you know the truth, like you said, how women truly deeply want to just submit to good leadership. You know what a man wants? We think it's so fucking complicated. It's not. A man wants to be loved. Literally, all a man wants is a happy fucking wife who loves him. And a man in their true, healthy, divine masculine genuinely desires to protect and provide. So if you think you're like, oh, well, I'm making him do something that he might not want to do, no.
Absolutely. It all comes down to that. Because
Yeah.
same way as a man or a boy looks up to their mom and goes like, I just want to be loved by you. Because the rest, they are meant to already, they know how to do it. They know how to provide, they know how to protect, they know how to
That is
make a
such a good
woman,
point.
yeah, they already know all of this stuff, how to make a woman feel safe. It's it's literally their natural calling.
It's their nature. And just like you as a woman, you are a natural nurturer and you know how to just you're just natural with kids, you're natural with caring, listening, etc. Um It's your nature to be like that.
Yeah. So when you
So
give each other the space to actually be, but really be the person that you are, you know that you can be, without the pushing, without the controlling, just surrendering to your emotions and the softness and the feminine energy that you hold. When you give the space, when you get the space, you will be able to explore that, right? But you need to be able to give in the space and to give permission to yourself to soften into your feminine energy.
can we pause this recording 2 seconds?
Yeah.
So I feel like this topic is so, it's kind of controversial.
So much, so much.
Like, because you have on one side people that are like, oh, we need to walk away from traditional, right? Traditional roles. And then let's be more gray. Let's be everything all the time. But I feel like it's important to like just talk about the truth. So like let's just like go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay,
Okay,
okay.
so what's
Chan,
what's happening now?
okay, Chan, tell me, okay? Let's go real because our audience needs real. Okay,
Yeah.
so tell me, Chan, have we women become too good at being men to
Yes.
the point that we don't even know how to let a man be a man anymore? What do you
Yes.
think about this? 'Cause I
Yes.
feel like this is we need to go like concrete.
Yeah, I think women are, honestly, I don't even think that I know many women that are actually women,
Yeah,
energetically feminine. Because
yeah,
most of the women that I know, they're just they're they they're like fighting with their masculine partner all of the time, like trying to prove that they're smart, trying to prove that they know shit, trying to prove that they can do it, they can provide, they can this, they can that. Okay, but like men are not trying to be feminine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that even makes sense, but like, let's say the men that I know, they're not trying to do it all.
yeah.
They're
It's true.
trying to be themselves. They're trying to do what they know they can do, provide, protect, support. They're not trying to like do all the feminine roles too, but us women are trying to do all of it. And
I
that's
think
because we
it's
don't feel
interesting.
safe.
I think it's interesting, and I kind of like feel like this comes really from the fact that, like, if we look at history, like women really try to make a place for themselves in society. So by being able to get those rights, and we did, like, a lot of the rights that we gained, we did, but we still have a lot of a huge journey in front of us still in society when it comes to equity. But this affected relationships
Mm-hmm. Actually,
because
I think that the, what do you call that? You're talking about how like the imbalance of masculine feminine energy came from the feminist movement.
yes, exactly that.
Like, oh, we need to be equal. Okay, in the workplace.
Yes,
Yeah, sure. When you're doing the role that you're here to do in the workplace and you have the same like experience and education as the man, yes, right? But that infiltrated into
exactly.
everything else, the
That's why now,
relationship.
yes, exactly that. And that's why I feel like now there's this big, like, there's a confusion. There's this fear that it's like, okay, but if I appear as a woman that is accepting, surrendering, like, am I being a weak?
Yeah, I know. That is so true. Like women think they're being weak.
Because
Like,
it's true. Like, if we I keep it honest, like me, at some point I was like, maybe it's weak of me to
yeah.
accept their help or surrender to them, or like let myself be protected, like, because at some point you're like, where do I draw the line? Because I go to work, like, if we really keep it concrete, okay, like, you go to work as a woman, you're like a boss ass bitch, you're doing your thing, you're leading, you're a leader in your job, and you're like, like, really on the as the queen energy that we're talking about, the feminine, right? And then you come into your relationship and then you're like, okay, I'm just gonna surrender and let you lead. And then you feel like, okay, but I'm not doing enough, or like I'm not worthy of this, because what do you mean I can just receive without having to do anything for it? Because at work there's this thing, right? At work there's this back and forth. Okay, so I prove something and I gain something. So you're kind of chasing, like, you're proving your worth, right? But in a relationship, you don't have to prove your worth, because the real man is going to see your worth already and is going to celebrate you as the woman that you are, right? So when we bring that energy of work into our relationships, it becomes like a game. It's a competition. Who's
Yes, it
going to
becomes
win?
competition.
You know,
Yeah.
who's going to win at this game?
Hmm.
Am I going to be able to prove myself enough?
And that's where the feminist movement for the workplace confused and imbalanced the
Exactly.
feminine energy, because now you're thinking, well, if I don't do everything like the man can, or I don't bring as much money as the man or the same amount, then I'm weak. But that's
Yes.
because society has literally devalued feminine energy as like, oh, well, you just stay at home and take care of the kids. Like,
Yes, because
what's the
it's
big
so
deal? But that's a
condescending. Like,
huge deal.
yeah, and it's super, like thinking about it, like the way we speak in society about women that stay home, like stay at home moms, for example. It's this huge topic that people are like, oh, but like it's 2025. You can't just stay home and be a stay at home mom. And then people like look down on them. And it's
Mm-hmm.
for me, it doesn't it really comes down to, it's not the fact that you're a stay-at-home mom and you're getting spoiled and not doing anything and your bills are getting paid. It's the fact, like what I mean, it's not about the title. It's what you represent as a woman in your family and um in your relationship.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't know where the fucking belief came from, but your children, they need you as a mother. Like, Lori and I come from a teaching background. We can see it immediately when a child is emotionally neglected,
Yes.
when their parents are not present, and all of this, like the medical industry and all this, they want to say like, oh yeah, just send your kid to daycare like 3 months after they're born. Look, you have the choice to do whatever it is that you want. Or like, oh, put your child in a different room to sleep the second that you pop them out of your vagina. Like, I don't know where this came from. Well, obviously I know it's from the shadow government and all that, trying to infiltrate the family, but um
But you
your
understand.
child needs you. There is no world in which your child that is a week old, a month old, 6 months old doesn't fucking need you anymore. And you giving them, this is my opinion. Listen, let me have it. Giving them to another person to raise them, daycare, teachers, whatever. Well, who knows? Who knows? And that child also is needs that attachment, right? Like they thrive off of that. That's their survival. So then they're attaching to different people. Anyways, I feel like that's a whole rabbit hole.
But Chan, do you see that this is what we come from. Like this is what the entire topic that we've been talking about till now resides on the single-handedly the fact that men and women, we haven't had healthy masculine or feminine examples.
Yeah,
Because in the
exactly.
society that we're living, our moms had to compensate, our moms had to go work and take care of us, our dads had to provide and be able to take care of the family and be emotionally available and all of this and all the that right? So what happens is, if you don't have an emotionally available father, look at what it does to a daughter, look what it does to a son, right? Because your son is looking up to you, your son is picking up on all the cues of how you handle your emotions and how you're providing and how you're protecting, or how you're being trying to create a safe space in your home.
Yeah.
Same way as a mom is trying to nurture you and make you feel emotionally safe and seen and let you feel everything that you need to feel. And like you said earlier, we as teachers see this firsthand in the classrooms, where we see kids that do not have that safe net or that emotional availability from their parents, and are they're trying to compensate to be able to get their attention, their care, you know. So this is where the topic of where are we going as a society comes from, right? Because we are examining our relationships, the disbalance that we have between feminine and masculine, but this all of this has started from our childhood. Because when we weren't emotionally safe, like for example, like if I take the example of my brother, if he saw what my dad did, then he's going to repeat what my dad did, right? So it comes back from the root of, okay, we need to teach men how to be emotionally stable, to release their anger, how to like be aware of their emotions, process them, instead of shutting everything down and be in survival mode, and then showing up as a dad that it can explode in 2 seconds, or not being able to feel safe in the presence of their family and friends, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna throw another question your way
Yes, go for it.
and see what else we can. Hmm. Okay, I got it. I am curious, and I'm sure lots of people are curious. So, what do you believe in 50-50?
Oh my god. Okay.
And do you think it is the healthy route to go 50-50 in relationships, and that will help your relationship thrive?
Okay, I believe that balance is an illusion. There's no balance in life. Would it be in a relationship, would it be in life, in you trying to, there's no 50-50, because what does 50-50 mean?
Yeah, seriously. Because when you think of it, right, it's the like you're saying there's no balance in relationships. It's like
you know
you have to be this and your partner has to be this. And you together are the balance. But
exactly.
not you are half and half and they are half and half. And then what?
Exactly. Okay, so the example that I always love to give, that is a very good visual, is you imagine each of you, your flowers. Okay, I have to be my full and flourishing flower. Like I have to take care of myself. I give light, energy, nutrients. I'm taking care of my plant. Okay, so I'm growing and growing and growing and growing. I'm giving, like, me being completely taking care of myself, and then my partner completely taking care of himself too, growing and growing. And then there's a moment that comes that you pick up one flower, like my flower and his flower, and you put it together, and together you become a bouquet. And together that's how you complete each other, in a way that you make a beautiful bouquet, and you're an added value together, but because you make it more beautiful. Okay, so that's how I see it. So it's not that, oh, I'm 50% and you're 50%, and if we put each other together, we are one flower. And you can't just become merge. You can merge together and complete each other and become um a full together. You can't be whole together, right?
Yeah.
It's when you grow alongside each other, you take care of yourself and your partner takes care of himself, and then when you come together, you make each other better.
Yeah. And it's because, again, our society only values the masculine traits.
Exactly. So I'm not trying to be my partner's flower. I'm not trying, like, for example, if he is a yellow rose and I'm a red rose, I'm not trying to be a yellow rose, and he's not trying to be a red rose. I'm being me and he's being him. And then together we're like a beautiful, cute bouquet of yellow and red roses.
Yeah.
You know,
And
I give him the space to be a yellow rose, and I give myself the space to be a red rose.
mhm. And I forgot what I was gonna
Because
say.
if I can add on it, okay? If we take the example of the work-life balance, okay? Is it true that there's a work-life balance in life? No. Okay, one day your work is gonna take a bit the surface of it because something's happening and it takes more energy. So your family or your children are going to take a bit aside. And another time you're gonna give more energy to your family, your kids, because your kid is going through something or your partner is going through something. So you're gonna give more energy there, and then your work is gonna take a bit the back seat. This is the limbo of life. There's no perfect 50-50. Like, you can't be like, okay, in my day to day or during my week, I'm going to do 50% taking care of myself and 50% my business or my work, or like, it doesn't work that way. Life is a beautiful mess of constant change. So if you give yourself permission to finally just surrender to the energy of your feminine or your masculine, that's where you're going to find the so-called balance that doesn't exist, you know?
Yeah. And then, but like, what do you say, let's say, to the person who's like, okay, that sounds great. Like, I can thrive and I can be this, but like, when it comes to, I think a lot of people don't like the idea of a man financially providing 100%. You know, that's,
Yeah.
and women are like, ooh, that doesn't sit well with a lot of women. But
Because it comes down to, like, the idea of a man financially providing for you brings out a lot of wounds in us, in feminine, like, for women. Why? Because if you're letting yourself be provided, that means you're not enough. You're not worthy of that. Like, like, we, in our heads, that's our dialogue, right? Because if you're letting yourself financially be provided for, that means you are not making said money, or you're not taking, like, you're not holding your end of your bargain basically in your relationship. That's how we see it, right? But we don't see it that we provide differently. Men provide financially, they don't go to work, come back, they provide the financial part, right? But we provide emotionally. We provide, we're nurturing for our kids, we are taking care of our partner, we are making sure that the fort is, like, like, that everyone is feeling seen, valued, emotionally okay, like, you understand the
yeah,
feminine
yeah,
side of it. So,
yeah,
but the problem with this in society right now is we don't see money as a currency of, like, money is energy, right?
yeah.
So you provide, like, you like, for example, like, if you buy something, like, I don't know, like, you buy a coaching program, okay? You giving money to someone is telling them, I appreciate your energy and time and your knowledge, and I want to showcase that by giving you money.
Yes. So that's the same thing when you're talking about the
It's the
man
same
fully
thing.
financially providing, because your role as a woman, first of all, you're making money the deciding factor of who's better and who's not as good and
Exactly.
who's weak and who's strong. That is stupid. That doesn't make sense. Like, you as a woman are providing so much that the man doesn't have as natural innate gifts, like nurturing, caring, multiplying. Like, something you need to understand if you're a woman, okay, is that you have the power to multiply resources. He gives you the money, you take that money and you make it all kinds of other shit, right? You make it, okay, let's make the house nice. Let's buy clothes. Let's
Take
buy the
care of the
things we need.
kids,
Let's
yeah.
cook. Let's multiply. And here's the secret power that I have experienced in my own life, so I know it's fucking true. The more the woman allows herself to receive, and the more she lets her partner fully provide for her, guess what fucking happens? Your man will be more successful and he will make more money.
Mic drop. Because this is so true, because our responsibility as feminine is to show the men that you appreciate and value them.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Yes. Appreciation is an energy just like money that multiplies, right? We talk about gratitude, have a gratitude journal. Yeah, well, the same thing in relationships. Appreciating your partner for what he is able and wired to do will multiply the bank account. will multiply the resources that are available to you.
Period.
But of course, nobody talks about that, and we're not taught that. No way, because then we're empowering the woman, and that's definitely not what society wants, right?
Exactly. Man, it's crazy how like we've come such a long way, but in like reverse and forward. Like this is a very controversial topic. And I think that we've forgotten that the baseline of things is a man needs to be appreciated and valued, and a woman needs to be feel seen and taken care of.
Yeah.
This
And
is what
to
it all
feel
comes down to.
and I will tell you, you're probably not going to like hearing this, but if your man doesn't fully provide for you, you'll never actually feel safe. You will never drop down that guard.
Yeah.
Never. Do you
And
really
yeah,
want that though? Like, ask yourself, do I really want to carry, even if it's 10% of the guard up or that chip on my shoulder? Do you really want that for yourself? Or do you want to experience what it feels like to finally feel fully and completely safe? I think women are honestly scared of safety sometimes,
we
because
really
that
are.
means that that fighter in you, that protector in you, is going to die off.
Needs to dissolve.
And you don't even know what life is as someone who is fully provided for and protected. You don't know what that feels like yet. So it feels foreign to you, which is why you keep pushing away the capacity of someone to provide for you, because it's like it's unknown, right? It's scary.
Exactly. It all comes down to this. And you have to remind yourself that softness and rigidity cannot coexist. You can't
No.
be in your softness if you're resisting and you're rigid and you're pushing, right?
Yeah.
But that softness is scary because it's like the act of surrendering. It's the same thing in life, right? Where we are so used to controlling things that surrendering is the thing that scares us the most.
Yeah, because we don't know life without control.
Exactly. So the same thing is happening in your relationships.
Yeah. So, something cool for you to do if you're listening to this is practice surrendering. Practice leaning back. Like, do it with the easy things, right? Like, let's say with your friends or like
Yeah.
whatever. But try it. If you're in a relationship or you are dating, lean back, girl,
And let yourself.
and let yourself be provided for.
Yes.
See, at least see what happens. Give yourself the make it into a game, because that's what I did when I was like, oh my god, this is so hard. Okay, let me just play a game. I'll go on a date and I'm not even gonna fucking do anything, and let's see what happens.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
it's always wow. I'm always surprised. Like shit, I didn't have to do anything. I like this.
I think that's a perfect homework to let this off go. You know, like let this go off of is if you're okay. So if you felt triggered at any point during this podcast, if you felt like this spoke to you in a certain way, and you're like, I'm not sure too sure about that, or do I feel this way, or like if this sparks some questions in you, leave off with this homework. Okay, let yourself experiment receiving in life. Practice receiving, whether it be with your family, friends, in your relationship with your partner right now. Be like, I'm going to try to receive. And
Yeah.
then be an observer of how that makes you react in your body. Be
Yes,
like,
that is the key
okay,
point.
yes,
Observing.
yes, observe the feeling that is coming up.
Hmm.
Okay. And then sit with that feeling. Why am I
Yes.
feeling this way right now? Why is this bringing up this much resistance, or name the feeling, fill in the blank. Okay? And then let yourself be led. See where life takes you with
Yeah.
with the act of surrender, right? That we spoke about earlier. So try experiment with surrendering little stuff and see how you feel.
Because you know what we don't realize is the act of surrendering in itself is receiving. It's receiving what is. And
Yes.
when you receive something and it feels uncomfortable, receive that. Because we're so used to boop, giving it back. We're always in the giving. And the thing is, if you can't receive the uncomfortable, like, okay, I'm receiving what is happening in my body right now, you won't know how to receive the other stuff like money, like compliments, like appreciation. Like, so something that I actually had to practice concretely, which you can take as an example, is like when someone compliments me, let's say I'm on a date and the guy says, wow, I look like you're really pretty or whatever. You don't say, like, oh, really? Like, I had such a shitty day. Like, I'm so tired. That's not fucking receiving. That's giving it right back to him. And then he's going to be like, oh, what the fuck? Okay, she doesn't care about what I have to say. Like, say, thank you, and sit with the fucking discomfort of, like, oh my god, I can't believe I just accepted this compliment and I'm not saying anything now, and all that chatter. If someone gives you a gift, oh my god, dude, if someone buys you lunch, gives you a gift, brings you a free coffee, you don't say, oh my god, you didn't have to do that, oh my god, I feel so bad, okay, next time I'll buy you lunch. No, you
Just say
just
thank
say
you.
thank you. Thank you. That is so nice of you. I feel really I feel really loved right now. Thank you. Practice receiving. That's what receiving is.
This is so true because everything is connected. Everything is connected.
Yes, everything is connected.
If you
You got to
want
start
this to,
small.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. You need to start small and realize that this affects all of the areas of your life.
Yeah.
So if you want your relationships to improve, if you want to attract the right masculine man that we're talking about, then you need to be able to mirror that in other aspects of your life too.
Yeah. What an
Wow.
episode.
Wow. I think this is going to hit home for a lot of you ladies, and please share this with us if you're triggered, if you feel a different way, if you want to share your experiences. Please reach out to us, talk to us, write in the comments. Let's exchange together because I feel like this is a conversation that all of us are thinking and feeling, but no one is talking about this. And I feel like we absolutely need literally to take the mic and start talking about this on a
Yeah.
bigger scale so we can finally bring the change and like find back a certain balance in our system between our masculine and our feminine, and stop being too much in our masculine and hybrid independent, and help ourselves find back that peace that we're looking for and that softness we're looking for in our systems.
Yeah.
Okay, we're here for
Oh,
you,
thank you.
besties. We're here for you.
Yes.
Talk to us, share with us. We love you. Don't resist the feelings that are coming up in your bodies. Sit with them, let them talk to you, and the answers will come to you. All right.
Yes. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you for listening. We love
Bye.
you. See you next time.